Shalom to the nation of Israel. First and foremost, before I get into my lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone that teach and that rule well today. And peace and salutation also to the fellow laborers that's in the ministry and the believers that scatter worldwide in all truth and sincerity, day in and day out. Once again, I'm the brother Shaquat Gabar coming at you with another quick lesson. And right before I get into this lesson, this message, all these videos goes out to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. And also to the Israelite foreigners that scattered amongst the heathen nations that may take on the physical appearance or look of another nation. But if your bloodline goes back to Negro, Latino, or Native American descent by the seed of your father, you are considered an Israelite as well. Once again, Shalom. Hey, so as you can see, I had the video queued up, okay, off of Arrows Nation, okay. As you can see, the title he gave it, okay, the beloved brother amongst the ministry, and that's in the faith. You see the title he gave his video, We Told You So, okay, and it's going to go into, which, we coming to the end of, a couple of weeks now, the end of 2025, heading into the 2026 year. Okay, we already see how this year done flew by. Okay, and how dramatic this year already had been under Trump being reelected. Okay, administration. Okay, and basically, we coming to the time of the downfall of America, which is known as Babylon the Great, according to the scriptures. Okay, it could eventually, this place, America, is about to experience, okay, a time like no other, man. Okay, when it comes to this downfall, man. Okay, and ultimately this place is going to be destroyed by the way of thermonuclear missiles at the peak of the Third World War, also leading to the time of who the word ignorantly called Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew, second coming. Okay, by the way of the chariots, what the world called UFOs, or the vehicles of the angels. Okay, that's going to bring salvation only to the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, which the elect considered the 144,000 and the 1/3 that's destined to be saved. Okay, but prior to that, this place, America, about to witness once again financial woes. Okay, financial declining, civil unrest, division, famine, pestilence. Okay, now the latest, the coming of tea attacks. Okay, just had one recently over there in Australia. Okay, you can look that up. Just look up, the latest news. Okay, the tea attack that happened over there in Australia. Okay, it got something involved in with the tiny tops. Okay, and I keep it like that when it comes to those phonies. Okay, hey, but for the time being, this place always been a police state ever since 9/11. Okay, September, what happened on 9/11. Okay, and ever since then, this place is already set up to be a police state. Okay, when it comes to terrorism. Okay, and we know that these elites, when I say these elites, the elites of Esau Edom have an agenda. Okay, when it comes to them trying to bring forth the NWO. Okay, one of the sayings they have is order out of chaos, man. So a lot of events that's set up, catastrophic events or domestic events, okay, Esau Edom is already at the forefront of it, man. Okay, then you got agent provocateurs. Okay, you got lately sleeper cells. Okay, that was brought over here by during the time of Biden administration. Okay, now it's a problem with illegal immigrants or migrants that can pose a threat. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and play this video and get a couple of scriptures, and that'll be the lesson. And I pray that lesson is edifying. Hey, so 2026, man, looking to be a big year. Okay, as also as well, we're approaching, okay, the reign of America, okay, reigning for over 250 years, man, which they say, according to history, okay, that's the average time for an empire to rule before it decline. Okay, hey, so we coming to these pointed times, man. So let me go ahead and play it. Hey, we and us are the hopeful elect. Hey, we just keeping our eyes open. As the scripture says, watch as well as pray. Okay, in the times that we in. Okay.
ATC has identified around 18,000 known and suspected terrorists that the Biden administration let come into our country. These are individuals who, under normal circumstances, would never be allowed to enter our country because of their ties to jihadi groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. Yet the Biden administration not only let them into the country, and in many cases facilitated their entry into the country. And with that being said, the Trump administration is now saying, prepare yourself for a terrorist attack with these 18,000 terrorists that were allowed in here. Again, they blame it all on Biden and the Biden regime. Why aren't they arrested? Why aren't they in jail? It's just point the finger at the guy that was in here before and just blame it all on him with no repercussions. It's what it is every single day. They're ramping up these attacks. When they start to telegraph and warn you ahead of time that stuff's going to go down, you should prepare that something's going to go down. It's part of the rules to the game. They're definitely not going to come out and say, oh, get ready for something, and nothing happen. Okay? Something big is about to go down. You can tell. You can feel it in the air. All these events that are popping off at different places, they're trying to connect some of these shootings like what happened at Brown, what happened in Bondi in Australia, to terrorism connected to these Muslim groups. There's already staged aspects to those. I'm going to break them down on the live stream because they're going for the guns in Australia immediately, like right after all this stuff. It's just pretty obvious. Problem, reaction, solution, and the government always taking the same route. So Tulsi Gabbard also going on Fox News saying the same thing, saying that we've got a tremendous amount of people here illegally and that they have all the information that something is about to happen. It seemed the stage is set for them to do something, and it would slow the United States down, and it would allow any other country like China or whoever else to advance on the world stage if we were slowed down whatsoever. We always warn about an EMP, lights out type of event, all these on the table still, as they're warning of a major terrorist attack. Could be a series of events. I just want to make sure people are vigilant, got their head on a swivel, are paying attention to their surroundings, especially if you're out there in a holiday type of event, like a parade or anything like that out there, something that could be top of the list to be targeted.
Okay, so you heard it. Okay, the video. Okay, which I think that the voice of 007. Okay, but he been going into how, now lately you got more horizon of T attacks. Okay, here on the shores of America, which a lot of it already is propaganda, psyops that's being set. Okay, to bring more strict legislations or strict draconian measures. Okay, especially coming to the time now, eventually on martial law. Okay, a lot of these migrants that came over, saying, during the time of Biden, okay, allowing them in, okay, to set up the stage, which Biden and Trump, they both do the bidding of these elites, okay, when it comes to the left wing or the right wing, okay, because they both all, agreed into a one world order, man, okay, or trying to attempt or trying to bring, man, okay, once again, order out of chaos, man, okay, you got the word, okay, poly crisis, okay, you can look that term up, okay, but we'll see, okay, like he been saying, 007, You know, coming in the time of the holiday season, the end of the year, the coming of Christmas, okay, where people usually be comfortable, you know, celebrating, being in the spirit of mirth. Okay, but now, you know, now you got to watch out for possible T attack. Okay, but us that's in the faith, us of the hopeful elect, okay, we see these things coming through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, because the Lord had forewarned us, man, of the times that we're in. Okay, when it comes to the spiritual eyesight, the Lord gave us to understand, okay, the scriptures and understand Esau, Edom, and these heathens, man, and 2/3 of Negro, Latino, Native American descent that doing their bidding. Okay, but we know eventually these elites, okay, want to bring more lockdowns, travel bans, curfews, like I say, martial law, okay, technocracy when it comes to technology, AI, okay, more talks of that, Palantir, more surveillance, biometric, pushing, okay, the talks are more of smart cities, safe zones, okay, you know, that what these elites want to bring. Okay, ultimately, when it comes to that, the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast being implemented, man, that's going to replace the physical dollar as this place is going towards a cashless society. Okay, but also to bring more of a tracking system. Okay, more surveillance, man. Okay, when it comes to that technology. Okay, so once again, matter of fact, let me go ahead and get the scripture. Open up with 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, that's going to Esau Edom, because right now Esau Edom is in power as when they coming to the end time rulership. Okay, and they are the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, which the word Satan, Shaitan, okay, in the Hebrew mean adversary. Okay, everything that Esau Edom oppose or do is contrary to the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai in the scriptures. Okay, so us that's in the faith that know the true living power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, and know the will of the Lord. The Lord set up the spiritual demon Satan, okay, at this time, to have authority on the earth by the way of the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, which is Esau Edom. Okay, which Esau Edom is known as the wicked, according to Malachi 1 and 4. Okay, they known as the accuser, the false accuser, the slander. Okay, devil, which the word devil means deceiver, and they doing it by now by the technology, their social media, and backing it up with the draconian measures or strict legislations, okay, executive orders, and come up with the sword, man. Okay, so us that's in the faith, us are the hopeful elect, we're not ignorant to Satan devices or Esau Edom agenda. Okay, because we already know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, the Lord set them up. Okay, when it comes to the left hand side of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, when it comes to Esau Edom, starting with these elites on down and these heathens, and 2/3 of our people that partaking into their agenda. Okay, which 2/3 of our people gonna be destroyed, according to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. Okay, starting with these sellouts. Okay, they're doing their bidding of these elites, and the average Negro, Latino, Native American, when it comes to the non-believers amongst them, that's not repenting, that's not going to acknowledge Yahweh Shema Shai by the way of the prophets. Okay, in the times that we're in. Okay, so we're not ignorant unto their devices, man. Okay, us that's the hopeful elect. Let's get this. And Esau know his time is short. Okay, that's why he moving frantic. Okay, and moving sloppy, man. Okay, like I said, a lot of these things that they push in the media, they use their media, their newscasting stations, okay, to manipulate the people's minds. Okay, to push fear. Okay, they got the saying as well. Besides, order out of chaos, And they got the saying as well amongst these elites: problem, reaction, solution. Okay, but they know they have but a short time left, because they seeing the prophets waking up, or the nation of Israel, starting with the prophets out there, and the elect eventually waking up, man. Okay, and the exposure of Esau Edom, okay, downfall as well. Okay, courtesy to the internet. Okay, but this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Okay, so he know he have a short time by the way of the prophets and the signs, man. Okay, when it comes to Esau Edom downfall. Okay, and that word woe means destruction, because that's what's coming to this place, America, eventually. Okay, and to these Edomites and these heathen nations, and 2/3, man. Okay, especially over here in America. Okay, because salvation is only for the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. Okay, so they coming down with that great wrath, because they know they have but a short time left. Let's get this. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. Okay, unexpected. Okay, a lot of our people not looking for the day of the Lord, man. They put the day of the Lord off. Even certain Israelites putting Jacob's trouble off. Okay, not pushing the RFID micro. It's the mark of the beast, according to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And not giving a warning. Okay, according to Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, those that take it, that RFID micro of our people, they're going to be destroyed by the way of the missiles at the peak of the Third World War. And also during the time of Yahushai's second coming, bringing fire by the way of the chariots. Okay? But they're not preparing themselves leading up to that time. Okay, the time of Jacob's trouble, the coming of martial law. Okay, the coming of famine, pestilence. Okay, civil unrest, race wars, division. Okay? But us that's of the hopeful elect, we see. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as a travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, going into majority of our people around over the American citizens, the average American citizen is not paying attention. Okay, you got certain people that starting to see now. Okay, due to the exposure of Esau Edom. Okay, hey, but you know they can't pinpoint it back to the scriptures. Okay, when it comes to the spirituality of the scriptures. Okay, only the elect can do that. Okay, starting with the prophets. Okay, also the hopeful elect. Okay, so we're not sleep or spiritual sleep or slumber. Okay, we're measuring the times as it says in 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. Okay, because we coming to the time now, you seeing Esau Edom saying peace and safety, but now we're coming to the time of sudden destruction, man. Okay. Once again, we're not ignorant unto Satan devices or Esau Edom devices. And so we gonna keep our eyes open, man, when it comes to, you know, the coming of the new year. Okay, as we're in the time now of the coming of Christmas, a lot of mirth going on, but at the same time, a lot of flags, I say, being set up, certain events. Let's get this. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahushua shall give thee light. And that's only for the elect that's going to come back in the knowledge of Yahushua. Okay, in the times that we're in, when it comes to prophecies. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Hey, the days are evil, man. So we're redeeming the time. And the only way you can redeem the time is understanding prophecies through the scriptures and through the men that Yahushua set up through the Spirit to get an understanding. Okay? And mainly start with the men of Great Millstone and the true brethren on down. The true sincere brothers that's out there teaching on the highways and byways and his word being published on the internet. Okay? And so we being circumspectly, okay? Not as fools, as majority of our people, okay, when it comes to the 2/3. And it says redeeming the time because the days are evil, man. Okay, as we're approaching Jacob's trouble. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the lesson here. Okay, we see how everything, go out, which we know what's gonna come up when it comes to the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, when it comes to end time prophecies. Okay, so we keeping our head on the swivel, man, spiritually, okay, and physically. Okay, because we coming to the time of persecution when it comes to the Israelites, those that represent the ministry and the truth. Okay. But we already see the agenda of Esau Edom, how they want to move, man. Okay? So that's us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, us of the hopeful elect, being circumspect, man. Okay? Redeeming the times because the days are evil. So I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson here. And I pray that lesson will edify. Till next time, Lord willing. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.